In Citadel, the time slip is much smaller, if you like, than in Labyrinth and Sepulchre, where there are two distinct periods of history, two distinct modern periods, and the book is divided equally between the both. In Citadel, the modern period, if you like, is the period of 1942 to 1944, and the historic period is the end of the 4th century, the point at which the Roman Empire was starting to fragment. There was a threat coming from the east. There was a sense that the Visigoth tribes were going to be invading, and it was the beginning of Christianity in Gaul. And I chose this period because it seemed to me that the history of the Languedoc, of course, many places, but for me, my interest is in the Languedoc, has been all the way through one of occupation, assimilation, reoccupation, resistance, rebellion, a new way of working, a new group of people, a new empire, a new kingdom, a new republic, whatever. And so it seemed to me that linking that sense of what was happening at the end of the 4th century and the birth of Christianity in southwest France and the occupation that the people of Carcassonne and the southwest of France were experiencing in 1942 from November, when the Germans crossed the demarcation line and took over all of France, seemed that in a funny sort of way, although the history is completely different, the emotions, the experiences, the decisions people had to make, the compromises people had to make were the same. And it's one of those, I suppose, those ideas that the human heart doesn't really change so very much. Do you go along with the occupiers? Might it be better for your family if you do, or do you fight to the death? And so the Roman Empire disintegrating and the occupation of contemporary France seemed perfect balances, one for the other, and of course then linked Labyrinth and that invasion of the south in 1209, and also in Sepulchre, the sense of the Prussian occupation of Paris in 1870. And it's been very satisfying writing that sense of the way that history repeats, and sadly, mostly we don't learn so very many lessons. And because a character called Audric Bayard is in all 3 books, he, if you like, becomes the conscience of the South. He is the conscience of the novels, and he is the single thread, along with the landscape, that links all of these disparate periods of history together.